Hey, hello everybody. I want to show you how to make plain bagels today. My kid and I are really big fans of bagels, but I don't like paying $6 or $7 for a 6-pack. So I make them and freeze them. And I don't freeze them raw, I actually cook them all the way through and then wrap them up really well. So let me just get started. I've already warmed up 1 1/4 cups of water in the microwave. So just pour that in here in your mixing bowl. And then to that, you are going to add 2 teaspoons of yeast, active dry yeast. 2 teaspoons. And then 2 tablespoons of sugar. Okay. And then just let that get foamy. Mix it up a little bit. Probably 2 or 3 minutes. Okay. All right. And then while that's going, sorry, I didn't really plan this. Let me grab my wax paper and I'll get the flour out. Okay, let's scoot this over. And then we're doing 3 cups of flour. And then right there on top of the flour, you will put your 1 teaspoon of salt. So 3 cups of flour. A lot of bagel recipes call for much bigger batches, but it's just my kid and me, so I just do it this way. And I think this makes about 8 bagels, if I remember right. So 1, 2, 3 cups of flour. And then 1 teaspoon of salt. 1 teaspoon of salt, okay, just right there. I don't know if you can see it, 1 teaspoon of salt right on top of the flour, okay? And we're still just waiting on the yeast to get a little foamier. This is like my universal dough hook. I like to mix by hand, but I do have a mixer, I just don't really use it. This is a Danish whisk. Yeah, it's really sturdy. Go ahead and put this in the fridge while I'm waiting. Okay. Getting foamy over here, okay? So let me put this back over here. And I'll show you what to do next. Pretty easy stuff. Those are all the ingredients. Can't really tell. Here we go, that's a good spot for it, right? All right. Put it in. 3 cups of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt. And then we're gonna use a little oil too. I always use olive oil. And we're just gonna mix it up here. And then my hands are clean. And then I'm gonna kind of knead it in the bowl, and I'll show you what it looks like. You don't have to get it out on the floured surface yet. We're doing all this mixing just in the bowl, okay? It's right here in the bowl. And I find the key to the stretchy, chewy bagel is in the rising. I don't take shortcuts with rising, so I just downloaded the iMovie app which I know my kid is much better at navigating. That way I'm not making like 2-hour-long videos. I'll just like film it and then edit the video to add on the extra steps. But in any case, I have some olive oil here, about a tablespoon. And then this is the bit where you're gonna have to get a little bit of action going on here. Just go in the direction of the dough. Let me get it going and then I'll pick up the camera with my free hand. Don't know if you could see this, but I'm just moving in the direction of the I'm like breathy. Oh, you can see part of the holder that's holding up my camera. Anyway, so again, I'm just moving in the direction that it wants to go because the stow's like alive with the yeast. Okay, I'm just kneading it for a couple more seconds. And then we're gonna let it rise an hour. Okay. All right, let's put on some saran wrap and let it rise, and I'll see you in a little bit. Been an hour and 10 minutes. And just look at the size of this dough now. We have a little more than doubled the size, maybe even tripled the size. Okay. So next we're going to put them into little dough balls over on your cookie sheet and let them rise some more. So let me go ahead and prop this up here. Sorry guys. Don't mind me, just making this as complicated as possible. Let's see here. Amount that I squeeze off, but I usually pinch off about this size. I don't know how much that would be. You can weigh it if you want, but just make little dough balls, you know, just like this. Just kind of put them next to each other. They're gonna rise. You should have a nice elastic dough. Just pinch off. I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. It's about this size here. And then just kind of make it into a little ball shape and set it down. If you have a little scale and you want more accurate measurements, you can weigh them. But I've never used one before. I mean, I have a scale, but I never use it. I actually bought a scale when I was, when I bought a cookbook that had things in grams, and I didn't know, and it's just sitting in there not getting used. Okay, it's gonna be a little bit bigger than that one. Just put it in little balls. I'm gonna add a little dough to this one. All right, so there are 9. This one's going to be extra small. Let me see if I can borrow some dough from this guy here. That feels about right. All right. Okay, we're going to let this rise one more time. Show you what we got here. All right, we got 9 dough balls. Okay. So, let me grab I have a big pillowcase. If you have a cloth towel or terry cloth, just put it over. And we're gonna let this rise. So it has been about over 2 hours, and the bagels are ready to be shaped and then boiled. So this is a really pivotal process, really important to the chewy texture of the bagel itself. I have enough water to at least cover them. And then, where did I put this? Oh, I'm gonna add about, I don't know, maybe a tablespoon or more of honey. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's it. Water and honey. And now I'll show you how I shape them. Let me just wash up here. And then preheat your oven to 375. And we're gonna boil each bagel for about 45 seconds on each side. So get a slotted spoon as well. Like this, okay? So let me show you how I shape it. Just take it, and it's gonna lose its form, but form like that. Drop it in. Do the same thing. This kind of developed a bit of a crust because I don't usually let it go over 2 hours, but I had to pick my kid up from school. So, I mean, it is what it is. Yep, just drop them in there. I'll show you after having to wash my hands a million times, okay? Kind of just watch my timer on my phone. Yeah, usually I let them just rise an hour, hour and a half. Right now they've kind of got this harder outer crust, but it'll still be okay because we're boiling them anyway. Let's see. It's gonna be I'll be editing this out because this will be boring for you guys to watch the whole time, but 45 seconds each side. They got pretty big, but as you can see, a little bit of a hard crust, so I'm just gonna shape those more in a minute. Okay, we can flip these. Flip them. That's my oven, it's preheated. Another 45 seconds. Okay. And then once I get this batch out, I'll just finish the rest, and then I'll film before I put them back in the oven. Turn my burner down a little bit. It was on high, but now that it's at a full roaring boil, turn it down to about medium heat here. Okay, and just get the excess water off. Plop them on there, okay? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and turn my camera off and finish these up, and then I'll show you the next step, okay? Here they are. I actually lost one because it was sticking so badly. Next time I'll use parchment paper rather than wax paper. But in any case, the last step, egg wash. So take an egg. Oh, don't mind my hand. Just right here. Oh gosh, one of these days I won't be such a newbie at this. Okay, crack your egg. Whisk it. Egg wash makes it nice and shiny. I don't know if you can skip this step or not. I never have, so in all the years that I've made these. And I don't do egg white, I do a whole egg. Okay. And then this is fun, you just paint it on, okay? Kind of show you here what it looks like, all right? Just like that. Just paint it on, a nice shine. And these are plain bagels, but I have added in the past garlic powder, onion powder, Italian seasoning. Oh, it's so good. And then of course Parmesan. Just to kind of mimic the Asiago vibe, but I like plain bagels too, with plain cream cheese, or you know, the garden vegetable, or the onions and chive is good as well. But even plain on plain. This spread out, and then we're putting it in a 375 degree fully preheated oven for I take it out around 37 minutes, and it could be anywhere from 35 to 40 minutes. Here is the final product after making bagels. That's what you get. Delicious. Cut one open with some cream cheese and you're set.